Welcome to Grains. Breads and grains are where you can really get a good base, a good foundation for your meals or your snacks. But you've got to look at the labels and make sure it fits in that 200 calorie rule. Remember, that's what we talked about in the book as far as helping you as a tool to keep your foods balanced. So let's see how it looks. We've got some bread here, and you've got to be careful because just because something says it's whole wheat, it may not reach that level of fiber that you need to be balanced. When we look at some of these breads, it shows in comparison that 2 slices of bread would be 140 calories. It's 2 grams of protein and less than 2 grams of fiber for 140 calories. It looks like it's good because it says wheat on it. And then we look at some other breads that's white bread, so certainly we would think maybe this doesn't have the fiber, but when we look at the label, we would see that for 130 calories, that's 2 slices, it's 6 grams of protein and 4 grams of fiber. So although it's white bread, it does have a better nutritional value than something that says wheat. If you look at white bread, that's going to be, this is an example of something that's 120 calories. Somebody would say, wow, not a lot of calories in this bun. Maybe I'll choose that versus the high fiber. But this has less than 1 gram of fiber. So you really want to look at the fiber. Now, all of these breads and some of these wraps, and we'll talk about the wraps. I love these flat outs because these flat outs are 100 calories a wrap, and they're pretty big. I mean, you can put a lot in them. That's a lot of food in that wrap. And that's 9 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber. So with this wrap, you're already starting out balanced. So what you put in it can really be of all different kinds of foods and be right in that 200 calorie rule. This is another one. I like this one here. It's got a little higher carbs. But then if you're going to go out and plan your fitness thing for the next day, this may be a better choice. For 210 calories, it is 7 grams of fiber and 6 grams of protein. So the key with your wraps, the key with your breads is that you want to get the ones with the highest fiber because you know it won't be any problem putting the protein in. 1 or 2 ounces of any kind of animal meat is going to easily bump your protein where it's going to be fine. So how did all these grains start? They started in the form of a wheat berry, and this is what it looks like cooked. This is what it looks like dry. And wheat berries kind of look like little seeds. You can buy them in your health store. They come in the big bins, and they're very, very economical. 1 pound of wheat berries, I think, is anywhere from $1.50 to $2 a pound, and they really cook up plump and nice. Here's an example. I cook these just like I would a bean or a lentil. Remember, we went through the bean section on how to cook those. So you want to just put double the water to the wheat berries, and what you'll get are these nice little plump, and you know they're ready when they kind of split open. And it's really nice about these wheat berries is I'm going to show you how you can combine them with a lot of different dishes. Half a cup of wheat berries is 8 grams of protein and 5 grams of fiber, as opposed to white rice. Now, white rice, this is a cup of white rice. It has less than 1 gram of fiber, it's 300 calories, and it's less than 2 grams of protein. So we put that on a plate so you can see it. That's 1 cup, got to get it come off sticking. That's 1 cup of rice. Now that's not going to be very balanced, and chances are you're going to want to eat twice the amount because it doesn't have enough protein and fiber to balance you out, as opposed to these wheat berries. Now these wheat berries are the same amount of calories, but you're looking at 16 grams of protein and 10 grams of fiber. So let's look at what this looks like. Okay, volume for volume, it looks about the same. But I can promise you, the rice isn't going to be balanced. You're going to have to eat 3 times the amount to feel full and satisfied as opposed to the wheat berries. Same amount of calories, double the nutrition in the wheat berries. This is definitely going to be your smarter choice. Okay, we're going to talk about these wheat berries because I know for a lot of you this is kind of a new food, a different food, but I want to tell you this is how it all started. They all started looking like this, and it's when we mill it out and we make it into white bread that we take away all the nutrition from the berry. We take out the outer hull, and what's left is that starchy white in the middle, and a lot of the nutrition is what's inside also, but on the outside. So you're going to get a lot of the fiber and a lot of the really good things that we need to be healthy from that wheat berry, the whole berry. What I do is I cook my wheat berries in advance, maybe 3 or 4 days when I have time. I'm at home. I can just watch it simmer, and then I rinse them. I put a little olive oil, and I keep them in my fridge. And what I do is I put it on my dishes. So here's where, if you wanted to mix some white rice, right, just a little bit, you can add it in with your wheat berries and your vegetables. So the wheat berries will stay in your refrigerator for several days, and it's just nice to just throw them in some of your stir fries just to give it that added nutrition, that whole goodness, that whole grain goodness, and it's great on the pocketbook also.